morning, Roberto. How are you today?
Good morning, Karen. Yes, good. Really good, thank you. Well rested. And back in the van again for the big mammoth journey west. It's not always about the journey there, it's about the journey back.
Have you had a good time? What have you done exactly when you've been out
Well, we didn't do a piece to camera yesterday, so yesterday we went to Anne's shelter, Leica 2, and I took some more footage, and we took Karen took photographs of potential foster dogs, etc. So I got some nice footage again, and then we went to the cabin for a bit of a recce for an interview. Then we went to Funchal to pick up Karen's new doggy, Saffie. So we picked her up from the hairdressers, and she came out radically changed.
Yeah, she's a bit stupid, isn't she?
She looks. I mean, I think she looks quite cute, but yeah, they had to shave all the hair off because she had long hair, but it was totally matted and really gnarly. So she's a shaved dog with a pom-pom at the end of her tail. And we sorted out all the paperwork and everything. Then we went back to the cabin and we did a whole interview with Anne, which at some point I'll edit into a short little documentary for you viewers out there. So yeah, that was it. And then we had a nice time at the cabin, sort of our last goodbyes, little celebration dinner with each other. And then this morning we've kind of now got an extra passenger. So we have Saffie in the back and we have Milo. So Milo is a Ukrainian dog with his family, Oksana, and her son Vanya. And they came over from the border a few days ago, so they're now off from the Ukraine. So yeah, so they're now off to the airport to go to Brussels. No, sorry, to Belgium, yeah. And well, probably flying into Brussels, but yeah, going into Belgium. And we are taking their doggy Milo, and then we'll meet up with a contact in Belgium, and then we'll carry on to the UK. Karen and I and Saffie.
Oh, and what's your whole experience been of this trip? How have you found it?
I've just found it astonishing, really. You know, it's probably not kind of panned out the way we were envisaging, but then again, at the same time, as I've said many times, we've always been in their hands, in the lap of the gods with regards to day to day, because things change here so rapidly. And although we've been predominantly sort of resupplying the Romanian shelters, etc., and then there might be some of you guys thinking, well, I thought you were helping the Ukrainian dogs. Well, in a roundabout way we are, because the point is that the Romanian shelters are pretty busy, and so those dogs need to go away and be fostered so that we can make room for Ukrainian dogs. But of course the whole Ukrainian bringing dogs over the border situation changed literally about a day or 2 days before we arrived, and you can't bring them over in the quantity that you used to. It's one dog per owner, I think is the case it is now.
Yeah.
And you have to be that registered owner as well, or keeper. So that kind of put things on hold a bit. There was a chance that we could take supplies into the Ukraine, but again, because the situation is changing with the war, etc., our contact has good contact, so we have to trust her. But at the end of the day, the supplies that we've brought over are going to shelters that genuinely do have Ukrainian dogs from the beginning, and the store has now got plenty of food, and when there's a good window of opportunity, that food will go across the border to the places in the Ukraine where there are storage places for then the shelters and the places where the dogs are being rescued in the Ukraine. So in a roundabout way, we are still helping. I think what's been really good is witnessing the state of play here in Romania. Romania's always had a problem with stray dogs, and so to see it at first hand is a real eye-opener, really. And I think that's what I'll take away from this, from what I've seen here, and see that there's a lot of work to be done here, and I think really it is a matter of taking the dogs from Romania in order to help and alleviate the space. Who knows, in a week's time, what have not, the rules may change again with how many dogs you can bring across the border from Ukraine. So it's just one of those things that you've just got to keep your ear to the ground, really, you know.
And it has been shocking what we've seen here, hasn't it?
It has been.
I mean, it's completely shocked both of us. It's made me feel sick to the stomach, what I've seen.
Yeah.
It's been really tough, really hard to come to terms with. These poor dogs, it's just, there's some of them, I mean, they're so helpless and defenceless. They're on the last legs and they're just roaming round every street, every road, every highway, and you know, the dogs are so weak and they're dead. The dead dogs by the side of the road, dead dogs in the road, cats. I mean, it's horrendous. It's nothing like in the UK at all.
No.
And people just need to be aware of that, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was a little bit more hardened to it, I guess, because I have witnessed the same sort of treatment of dogs in the countryside in Spain, and it is very similar, but just not in the quantity. But the attitude a little bit there is very similar to here. So I've kind of become a little bit hardened to it. But yeah, there were some upsetting scenes that you see, and even the ones in the shelters, even though they're being looked after, you know, you can see it in their eyes how sad they are, you know. And then there's the ones that are really, really happy, you know. They the amount of wet noses that I've had down my camera lens, etc., which, you know, you'll see in due time. So
well, we've seen very different shelters, haven't we? We've seen Anne's shelter at Laker, which her dogs are very, very happy dogs.
Yes.
And then we've seen an overrun shelter that just can't cope.
Yeah.
With dogs that are so desperately sad.
Yeah.
So, you know, if ever you're considering taking a dog, please consider taking one from Romania.
Absolutely.
You know, they all need pedigree dogs.
No.
All dogs need a home.
Yeah.
And it's amazing, the street dogs are absolutely so loving and affectionate.
Yeah.
I mean, Saffie's one of them, isn't she?
Yeah, absolutely.
She's adorable.
Yeah, she is such a beautiful dog, and with such an incredible personality. So yeah, you'll be staggered at the love and affection that these mutts on the street will give you. That's for sure.
little red light. Where's it? Oh, it's going. It's filming. What am I filming then?
On the right-hand side, as we go past this block here.
You mean the silver knob?
No, it's got a bloody brass knob on it. It's gold knob. Stop it.
Angry Roberto. Don't kill this woman. Oh, I see it.
Yeah, do you remember that when we were coming in and you went, oh, you got to tell me? And it's like, well, it was out your bloody window.
Oh God, honestly, you're so moody at times. This whole journey, Mr. Moody. Moody.
That's not moodiness, that's...
Oh, you are. You can pull one really quickly.
That's humour, injected humour. What you don't get is the humour.
Oh, right. Okay.
Just trying to tell you, this whole journey, it's taken me 2,000 and however many miles, actually, to try and tell you that
I don't have a sense of humour.
That what I say,
do have a sense of
although
humour,
it sounds
I have
quite
an excellent sense of humour.
But what I say
Put up with
sometimes,
you for start off. I've got to have a sense of humour to put up with you.
Oh, look at the gold knob on that, eh?
Just saying.
Just saying. Do you know what? I think you complain almost as much, if not maybe more than me.
No, that's not possible. Absolutely not. No. I'm not having any of that. You're talking shite again.
I think you might, you know.
Am I still talking shite? Yes, he is.
Sorry?
What are you about?
I'm basically doing an impression of Karen. Karen only has a few jobs, but they're important jobs. But I think she's got to a point now where she's bored of doing any of those jobs and doesn't want to film anymore. Doesn't want to look at her phone and find information for me anymore. Is getting bored with feeding me snacks, or being a DJ. And what she's done on this particular leg is done quite a bit of sleeping. And yeah, and all I'm wanting to do, guys, is give you a nice sort of, you know, end of the trip, the way back, which in itself is a mission because we've got a Ukrainian doggy that needs to get to Belgium to see his family, and we've got Saffie who needs to come back to the UK and be integrated into a new family. So this is a new mission of getting 2 doggies back. But my colleague here, in the shape of Karen, has decided that her services are no longer required.
I think you've been really hard on her. She's really, really lovely. You've given her a really hard time this journey.
Really?
Yeah, really.
I don't know. I mean, I think if the viewers were to go back through all the videos and all of these vlogs, I think they'll understand a little bit of the sort of, you know, environment that was in this cab. I think they'll think to themselves, oh, wow, how did Rob put up with that for so long?
I don't think so.
And
or
it
the other
is
way round.
The question that
And Karen put up with him.
the question I've been asking myself for some time now is, how did Rod? Look! I mean, she's not even pointing the camera at me. It's like there's gonna be a shot of my ear hole, a shot of my large left nostril, whatever, the back of my head. It's an 8% downhill here, okay? Everything goes downhill from here.
What's on there? Flashing lights, what's that all about?
I know, well you missed it because you could have.
No, I was aiming it at you.
Yeah. Oh look, it's a truck. Look, army trucks.
Oh, army. Oh, going huge. What's going on here? There's only 3 of them on the way.
No, there's a shit.
Oh shit, there is. Wow. Wow, I wonder where those guys are going. Maybe to help with the Ukraine? We've got a long way to go. Saffie playing, boys are playing. Little Saffie is learning how to play with toys. There's your Saffie. Maybe she's got a monkey. Ralph is being stupid. And little Saffie doesn't know what to make of Rudolph. Lovely. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Hey, Saf, come on. Safster. Come on. Come on. He's a good girl.